let's have a look at the Fords at the Practical Classic and Restoration Show. This is a Capri 280 Brooklands. Back in 2016, Ford Capri 280, just 936 miles on its clock, sold at auction for a world record price of £54,000. Last year, another Capri with 280, 2,960 miles under its wheels, came close to 40,000. This was the Capri's swan song, whereby Ford made around 1,000 280 Brooklands. Power came from a trusty 280 injection V6, 160 brake horsepower, and top speed of 130 miles an hour. All painted in Brooklands green metallic, all with Recaro interior and 7-spoke alloys, and the original price was £12,000 back in 1988. Next one is a Ford Capri Tickford, originally bolted together by Aston Martin around 1984. Tickford is regarded as the ultimate Capri. Total 85 Tickfords were built, with 280 2.8 injection V6 getting a turbo and a power boost of 208 brake horsepower, top speed 137 and a 0 to 60 of 6.7 seconds. The bronze Capri here is a Mark 1.5, only made for 1 year, and normally they come with this is a GT, so normally a 1.6 engine, but this one looks like it's been fitted with a Mustang engine, which is a lot more than the original. Not many Capri Mark 1.5s about. This one's stunning with its bronze paintwork. Over onto the Ford XR Club, showing the history of the XRs. Nice sort of backdrop to the show. Onto the XR register, and that is a XR 4x4, which is noticeable by the small boot spoiler. It was a replacement for the XR4i, which had the larger twin boot spoiler. Here we have a partially disassembled one. The XR 4x4 was another Ford with the 2.8 V6 engine in, developed 150 brake horsepower. This guy's, and making it 4x4 was one of the best handling cars of the era. Top speed 125 miles an hour, 0 to 60 in 8.4 seconds, was £11,000 new. Back over to the XR Owners Club stand with the red Cabriolet in Mark IV Escort 1.6i, XR4i with the dual boot spoiler in black, and an XR3 carb model, only made for 2 years before being replaced by the XR3i injection model. There's the front of the red Cabriolet. And another rare car, which is an XR2 Mark I. Originally came with a 1.6 engine, 84 brake horsepower. Only lasted again for 2 years, 1981 to 83, before being replaced by the Mark II Fiesta. This one's been restored to a very high standard. There is an Escort RS Turbo Series 1. Only 5,000 of these were built, all in white apart from one black one, which was owned by Lady Diana. Recently sold at auction for £722,000, boasting 132 1.6 litre turbocharged engine. It was the first front-wheel drive ever to get a limited slip diff. The Series 1 also came with alloy wheels and Recaro seats. Here's one of the first Focus RS's. Again, the Recaro seats. Just make our way around the Ford stands. Another XR2. Just in the background you can see a Sierra Cosworth Sapphire. Here it is. So that's Sierra Cosworth Sapphire, two-wheel drive version. The one at the back is the hatchback version. Sierra Cosworth ran from 1986 to 1992. It developed around 204 brake horsepower of the factory. To reduce their price, the original Cosworths were only available in black, white and moonstone blue. The large rear spoiler and the front intakes of the hatchback version, with the result of wind tunnel testing. The wider arches were developed to fit the racing wheels. The Sapphire came out in 1988 in two-wheel drive version, with the four-wheel drive version coming out in 1990. Top speed 150 mph, nuts 6.5 seconds. So behind the Cosworths on the Ford RS Owners Club stand is an Escort Mark II RS2000. They were made from 1977 to 80 with around 100 brake horsepower. Make our way around that. Some more Series 1 RS turbos. Trusty old CVH engine and a Mark II, same engine, Series 2, and then back to a Series 1 again. And at the end is a Mark 6, it looks like, RS Turbo, RS 2000. I always thought these were a bit of a badge exercise from Ford. They came out with 150 brake horsepower, top speed of 130 miles an hour, and they're only produced for 1 year. Back over to some more Tickford Capris. Considering there wasn't very many of these made, there was quite a lot at the show, quite a lot of Fords at the show, to be honest. A lot more than the other makes. As I said before, built by Aston Martin. You can actually see the Aston Martin badges at the side. Just in the distance, you can see a Ford Racing Puma. These were also built by Tickford, who only produced 500. Originally they were going to produce 1,000, but it was considered a bit too lurry for the German market, so only the UK market, and 500 made. Used a modified version of the 1.7 litre engine, producing 153 brake horsepower. Only ever available in Ford Racing Blue with widened arches to fit the larger wheels and discs. Just over to the Ford Granada stand. We just go past another Tickford, Capri Tickford. There is a Mark II Granada. Was a common sight back in the day, but now very scarce. Lovely in red velour, sign of the times. I think the alloy wheels on this really do set it off. There is a Mark I Granada. Mark I was built from 1972 to 77, Mark II from 77 to 85. And this is an unregistered Mark I. Obviously a barn find. 129 miles. I assume those 129 miles were driven around the farm. Another Mark II there. Pan across is a Mark I Escort and a Escort Cosworth. The Escort Cosworths were actually built on the Sierra platform, not the Escort one. Only just over 7,000 were made. I didn't realise they were that rare. From 1992 to 1996, it came out with 224 brake horsepower and a max speed of 150 miles an hour, using a 2-litre turbocharged engine. On the Mark 1 XR2. And the Caliber touring car on the side, which was quite a famous touring car back in the day. Hatchback Sierra Cosworth. And a Sierra Cosworth shell. Some engine bracing.
Sierra. Yeah.
Some older Fords, classic Capri and consoles. On the old original classic Capri, I really do like the pillarless side doors that drop down to the back. Really nice style. With the big American fins at the back, it looks very much like an American car.
Hopefully, it won't be November.
Lovely interior in that one as well.
And it's still the original engine. That painting, halogen painting originally. For tax purposes and warranty purposes.
The one that's in need of restoration. Over to the consoles. Again with the large American fins. Obviously a lot of cars finished to a very high standard show. Also you can hear in the background a lot of fettling going on. People underneath cars fixing them, or even doing live restorations. Some Pumas, partially undressed. Some Ford Corsairs. Again, a car that you don't see a lot of on the road these days. Bit of fettling going on underneath another Ford Puma. Over to the Cortina Mark III stand. My dad used to have one of these. I used to think it looked like a big American car at the time. I was very young though. Paintwork on this green one is absolutely immaculate. It's an estate. There's actually 2 estates on the stand and 1 standard saloon. I would have thought the estates wouldn't have lasted as well as the saloons. If you notice on the Mark III down the side, there's lots of sort of swoopy lines going on in the bodywork. This one looks like it's been painted to look like rust. They did have twin headlight models as well as the, I think that was the Gear, as well as the sort of single headlight models. So you can see the lines down the side. like it needs a bit of registration. Loving the tartan seat covers. The sign of the times. Again, some more Corsairs. Live restoration going on at the show. It's actually good to see these live restorations going on. Not a static show. Not just a show for show cars. Actually people fettling. I don't know if this has been converted to a pickup truck, because I don't believe they did have a Corsair pickup, but it's been very well done. Something you don't see a lot of anymore, considering it's a fairly modern car. Ford Probe, fitted with a 2-litre 4-pot or a 2.5 V6 Mazda engine. Did actually have a relatively long production run, made from 1988 to 1997 before being replaced by the Cougar. I think the Ford Probe was one of the very last of the flip-up headlight cars. Some transit conversions.
250 each. 250 each.
This one's been very well done. I think this is actually a conversion company that were displaying their wares.
No. Yeah, all right. Yeah, tell me what it was. I don't know why, when I was there I thought it was 14, so I found
It's a Mark 1 Transit.
It's a beauty, isn't it? Oh yes. It's looking really nice. Man.